Hello everyone. Good evening everyone. I welcome all of you to the YouTube and Gradeup channel. I welcome each and every students in YouTube channel of Gradeup as well as Gradeup app channel. So those who are watching me, yes, hello, hello, Prabhu, Bablu, hello Divyansh, Vidya, hello Rakesh, Aman, hello Rakesh, Aman. Give me 1 second. Yes, I hope all of you are staying safe and preparing well, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes, Prabhakar, Jordan, Anis. Good evening. Yes, Prabhakaran. Once again, I welcome all of you, those who are watching me through Gradeup app or those who are watching me in YouTube Gradeup channel. I welcome all of you, Prabhu, Saurav, Guru, Sweta, Abhay, Bablu, Uday Kumar. I'm really yes, Deva. So today we are going to discuss about structural analysis. Yes, Vineet. Hi, hi, Vineet. Yes, Vamsi. Good evening. Mahesh. Hi. Hello, Anis. So let's start with that. Yes, Sweta. Hi. So let's start with this. Yes, Krishan. Hello, Ravi. Hello. How are you? How are you? Uh, something Prabhakaran wrote something, and please tell me if you have any. So let's start with that. Yes, Sweta. Hi. So let's start with that. Yes. So let us start the session. All of you. I welcome once again to each and every student in a Gradeup channel, in a YouTube Gradeup channel as well as Gradeup app channel. Those who are watching me. So we are going to start our analysis here. Whatever the weightage analysis there, just we'll see, right? So you know already that structural analysis is very important, isn't it? So those who are studying, they all know that structural analysis. Someone who have not covered the structural analysis, they will be worried. It's very tough, and how to cover it? How will get the marks in that particular structural analysis, isn't it? No, it's not the class of Jasmeet. It's not the class of structural analysis. I'm going to discuss what will be the marks coming, the preparation and the strategy of for the structural analysis. Those who are preparing for the gate or ES maybe for mostly for gate. So what should be the preparation strategy? How to prepare and what are the topics you must go through in structural analysis? Did you get that? And especially what is the weightage of that structural analysis in your gate exam? So these things I will discuss so that you will come to know how much is the importance, what is the importance of structural analysis, which part you need to look for more and where you need to give more importance. That's all we are going to discuss today. Is it okay? Yes. So let's start with that. Good evening, Anusha. So a small introduction, 8+ years of experience, masters from ISC Bangalore, senior faculty for GATE and ES, and center material structures, railway report, surveying and soil mechanics is the area of expertise of mine. There is a rank up batch which is going to start. There is a rank up batch which is going to start in for GATE civil engineering. It's a fast track revision course. So those who are interested to go ahead with the fast track revision course, they can join it. Here mostly no numerical problems will be there. We will be practicing a lot. Along with me, all the experienced faculties will be joining. Here, and you will be getting the benefit of that. So please do contact whoever is interested in this particular contact number. And here in this rank up batch, we are going to cover more than 350 plus hours of live classes, then a lot of practice questions and study notes, mock test and daily quiz, right? So first of all, without delaying much, I will just tell you, if you are really interested to study structural analysis, just two books I can refer it. One is R.C. Hibbeler, I know already you know that, and another one is B.N. Vajirani. And although we have a lot of books available in the market, I cannot just say that, okay, you can study a lot of books. So just you can refer these two books along with the notes, whatever you are studying with anyone. I don't know, if you are studying with me, it's good. If you are studying anywhere, that's also good. But along with that, you can refer these two books. It's good, right? Now, what are the chapters we have in structural analysis? So the very few chapters are, it's like, it's not too detailed, like it's not too lengthy. Structural analysis, I can see clearly that it's very easy to grab the marks, especially if you'll ask me regarding GATE or maybe ES prelims. It's really easy to grab the marks in structural analysis. Now, what are the chapters you are having in structure? You have an indeterminacy and stability, where you are studying how to calculate the static and kinematic indeterminacy, of beam, frame and truss, that's all. And there is one stability. You have to understand how the structure, when the structure will be stable, that's all. So this indeterminacy chapter, if you categorize it, see, as a Sherlock Holmes, you should know how to dissect the things, so that once you will be able to dissect, you will be able to analyze it too, isn't it? So in indeterminacy, there are only two things you have to study, that is static and kinematic indeterminacy, that's all. And that too, static indeterminacy and kinematic indeterminacy only for what? For beam, frame and truss, that's all. And truss, that's all. And it's quite favorite chapter, either for GATE or ES. This is quite favorite. We'll see in upcoming slides. I have some analysis which I did it, that will be more convenient to understand which chapter is more important and which is less, right? Now you have another chapter which is the force method. As you know, you have indeterminate structures. Suppose if you have, see, you all, I can understand that all of you know through the SOM, if you have determinate structure, you can easily calculate bending moment and shear force, anywhere in the beam. Now, why you are able to do that? What is the reason behind that? Because suppose if you have a simply supported structure, you will get only 3 reactions, and out of these 3 unknown, you have a 3 available equilibrium equation. That is summation of fx equal to 0, summation of fy equal to 0, and summation of moment at any point equal to 0. See, you have 3 available equilibrium equation, 3 unknown. Okay, determinate structure. That's why you are doing all the analysis in the SOM part. You are taking any section, you are calculating bending moment, shear force. That's what you are doing. Now, if you have more than 3, if you have unknowns more than 3, what you will do? That type of structure, we are calling it as indeterminate. Now, it can be a indeterminacy of maybe first degree, second degree, isn't it? Now, to understand and to analyze that indeterminate structure, to analyze the indeterminate structure, to know what are the internal forces coming, to know what are the bending moment and shear force at different location. That's what we do, right? We are analyzing any of the structure. Now, it is very difficult to do that with the help of equilibrium equation, because you have a limited equilibrium equation available with you. That's why you are going for the different analysis. So you have a 2 different type of analysis. That is, one, you have a force method, another one you have a displacement method. In a force method, in this chapter, you will be studying mostly Castigliano, strain energy, then unit load, virtual work, consistent deformation. Did you get that? So these are mostly important. So you have a list of force methods, in which particular list I will tell you which are the important one. If you will ask me, I will tell simply, in a force method, you should be thorough through calculation of strain energy. Why? Because then only you will be applying Castigliano. Then only you will be able to apply Castigliano's theorem, right? Then what? It's very convenient to use consistent deformation. So I will request all of you, those who are willing to study this chapter, especially know how to calculate the strain energy, then know how to apply the Castigliano, then you should know how to apply or how to use the consistent deformation. That's all. And last but not the least, which is very helpful, that is a unit load method. So at least in a force method of analysis, at least this is the minimum which you need to see, which you need to understand and use it for the calculation purpose, right? Now coming to the displacement method, what are the things you must see? So if you see the displacement method, although we have Candy's method also, but in displacement method here, whatever in this chapter I have considered, you can go for MD method and SD method. MD method and SD method, that is moment distribution method and slope deflection method. Now moment distribution method is very important, very important. Why? You will see that this kind of diagrams, this kind of numerical problems you'll see. Which kind of numerical problems? Maybe you have seen, okay, you have maybe this kind of structure with this support, with that support. What if you are applying some moment? What will be the moment at this location? What will be the rotation at this joint? This kind of problems you will be seeing, right? This, if you are good in moment distribution, you will be able to do that very quickly, very easily. Did you get it? So understanding of the moment distribution method and knowing of slope deflection method will help you to solve a lot of problems. So displacement method, obviously only these two methods in this chapter you have to go through. That's all, nothing else. Now coming to the truss. Truss is very large portion, and there are a lot of questions also asked from this truss chapter. So in truss, if you'll ask me, what are the things I need to see in truss? What are the things important for all of us? So if just see, if you'll ask me what I must study for the truss, I can easily tell you that see here truss. First of all, zero member force. First of all, you should know what is the truss. That's all. I'm not telling that introduction, but at least point wise, if you are asking me point wise, then zero member force, you need to understand how to calculate the zero member force. I have conducted one class in app. If you'll go to the Gradeup app, you will easily find that zero member force calculation, right? So if you'll go to the Gradeup app, just write down MD space Ansari and you will get a videos which I have taken in the past, and there is a class which I have conducted there in the name of zero member force. You should know that how to calculate it. Then the determinate analysis of the truss, that is what? Joint method. You should be thorough through joint method, then section method, because joint method will help you to solve a lot of problems. Now after doing that, what is the very much necessary here? First thing, displacement. Now you can ignore that indeterminate truss. Sometimes if you feel you have a less time, you can ignore calculation of redundant member forces, but displacement you cannot ignore it. So deflection part is very important. Deflection of the truss, deflection is very important. Deflection of the truss, very important. Did you get that? Now in a deflection, you can go through three options, 3 points also there you need to understand. Deflection through the external loading, isn't it? You should not avoid this. Then deflection due to the temperature increase, is it? Now deflection due to the lack of fit. That's all. So truss, zero member force is very necessary. Joint and section method, very much necessary. Then deflection of any joint in the truss, and in that deflection due to the external loading, quite good. Then temperature stress. If you are rising a temperature of any member, there will be a displacement in the joint. That is also very important. Then lack of fit. Did you get that? Please tell me till this point if you have any problem, if any doubt you have, please ask me. Till this point, if you have any doubt regarding structural analysis, please ask me. Sir is the first. Okay, please ask me if you have any doubt. Whatever I'm explaining, see these points, you please note it down. Whatever I'm writing down here, these are the points which will be very much convenient. If you are covering this much, is more than enough for your gate. Right? Now, what other things? Here, after deflection, after truss, come to ILD. Now you can ask me, sir, what I must study in the ILD? What I should study in the ILD? So in ILD, if you go, the basic of ILD, understanding of ILD is very much important. Then especially you should know how to apply the Mueller-Brislet principle, right? So if you are really good to apply the Mueller-Brislet principle, you can do a lot in ILD. Then calculation of obviously the maximum shear, maximum bending moment, those things are also there. So basic of ILD and application of with calculation of things with the help of Mueller-Brislet principle. That's all in ILD. Now coming to the matrix method of analysis, a lot of students are thinking that sometimes that matrix method is very tough. No dear. So in deflection, explain 3-1 first. 3-1. Okay, which one? That lack of it. See, lack of it is very easy. Lack of it. See, suppose you have a truss. Like this. You have a truss like this, right? I'm just going to consider only one member. But you can think, see, all the member of the truss will be connected through the pin joint, isn't it? Now actually all the member, maybe this is A, B, instead of joint I'm writing down simply the member name A, B, C, D, E, F. Now suppose you want to construct the truss like this, but to construct the truss you need to purchase or cut the member in this particular length, whatever is your requirement. Now suppose you have given this to a manufacturer that provide me A, B, C, D, E, F of this much length. Now if manufacturer will provide, suppose there's one example, if the manufacturer is going to provide you, okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever the length he has provided is completely okay, but the member B, which one? This member, suppose this is B member, this member actually he has not given this much of length, instead it is too long. The member is slightly long. Now if it is slightly long, what you'll do, see, if it is too much of long, obviously you are not going to use it. But if the length is slightly more, what you'll do, generally we used to fit it forcefully. Now if you are forcefully fitting it here at this location, what will happen? It will try to expand. Why? Because you are forcing it to fit it here. Now it will try to expand, and while it will try to expand, this member believe here, this member will try to pull the joint away. If the member is trying to pull the joint away, obviously there will be joint displacement and the forces will get distributed in all the members. Did you get that? Due to this displacement of the joint, now this joint also will get displaced. So there will be a joint displacement only due to the lack of fit. That is the lack of fit we are calculating. So if you have any lack of it, obviously the joint displacement will be there. Instead of that too long, if you have a too short, also will create a trouble. Did you get that? So I hope you have. If please tell me if you have any problem. Hi sir. मेरे से एक मैंने गेट एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म में फोटो, ओके दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग. फोटो गाइडलाइंस के अकॉर्डिंग नहीं डाला है, अब क्या होगा? Okay, you can do one thing, Guru. You write, you mail them, please. Please mail them. Those who are okay. Prabhakaran is asking about ILD. Guru, please mail them. I don't think there will be a problem. Please mail to them. Prabhakaran is asking whether ILD is important or not. Prabhakaran, just wait for a second. I have this kind of analysis also. After completion of this, first you should know what are the chapters you are having, what are the topics you are having. Then after understanding each and every chapter and each and every topic, we will see how and which one will be having the weightage from previously asked questions, right? Whatever they have asked earlier, from that part we'll just try to understand and analyze it. Is it? So just wait for that moment. Of course, this ILD is very important. We cannot say that it's not important. Then we have arches. So okay, I was going through with this matrix method of analysis. In matrix method of analysis, you have stiffness matrix as well as flexibility matrix. So here these two are very easy for gate purpose and all, for prelims and all. Just basics and maximum 2x2 matrix, that's all. So you need to know how to develop that 2x2 matrix for the gate and ES problems in general. So matrix method, you do not have to see a very long and lengthy problems. So if you are not going for very lengthy problems, of course this will be very convenient and easy. So this chapter is not that much tough. It's very easy. And all together, there's one more thing I would like to add it here. There's one more thing I would like to add it here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, next is your arches. Arches, as you know, 2 hinge and 3 hinge arch is there. 2 hinge and 3 hinge arch is there. Then you have approximate method. This approximate method, you know that the portal frame and the cantilever, that method actually they are you know, it is there in ES. But this method, I don't want to add it here because it's kind of one topic only. It's kind of one topic. They have asked in the past only once that or twice, that's all, nothing else. Then there you have a structural dynamics, and this is not there in the gate. So structural dynamics is the portion which will be coming only for ES. If you are covering all the structural chapters, this structural dynamics you need to cover it for ES extra. Did you get that? Now what I was trying to add it here, one thing, please remember that MD method. Where is that? Displacement method. In displacement method you have MD and SD, right? Then you have another one which is matrix method. So if you are good in remembering, the deflection and slope of standard cases from SOM strength of material, if you are able to remember the deflection and slope of all the standard cases, that is cantilever with unit load, then cantilever with UDL, then slope deflection, simply supported with central load. So all the standard condition, if you are able to remember, you will find these chapters very easy. Which one? The displacement method, that is moment distribution and slope deflection, and then matrix method. So I urge and I request all of you, those who are willing to study these two chapters, displacement method and matrix method, you should first of all go through the deflection and slope of the different standard conditions for the cantilever as well as for simply supported beam. It will help you a lot. That's all. Now once you know the chapter and the topic, let us go to the analysis part. Let us move to the analysis part. We'll not waste our time here. Now if you see weightage, the weightage of structural analysis in a GATE and ES, so GATE generally from 2016 they have asked it, for 5 marks, 4 marks, 6 marks, 4 marks. So we can say that on an average 4 to 5 marks they're asking. For ES prelims, a lot of variations will be there. Everyone is knowing that. For prelims we cannot predict. Generally they are asking, you can expect at least 8 to 12 marks. In general. From my side, if you'll ask me, I will tell you can expect 8 to 12 marks. But as you know, the variation in ES is quite more compared to the GATE. GATE is quite consistent. The variation will be not much. In any of the subject you want to analyze, you can analyze it. But where is the weightage of the structure? If you say, now sir, if only for 4 marks in GATE, only for this much marks for prelims, why to go for this much of study? Why to do lot of these things? See, I'm explaining it. If you go to the different part, it's a boundary. Yeah, it has a boundary. If you go to the indeterminacy, very easy. It has a boundary. If you go to environmental, I feel, as per, if you ask me, I am feeling very not comfortable in environmental. It's too lengthy. Anything can be asked. So, but if you go to structural analysis, all the subjects are very bounded. So bounded means what? If you know the boundary, it is very easy to compete. It is very easy to complete. Did you get that? So that is the benefit of completing the structural analysis. For each and every chapter, for each and every topic, there is a boundary. You cannot say, yes, of course, there will be always tough questions will be there. But more than 85-90% coverage is very easy in structural analysis. If you want to cover it, just go for first chapter, that is indeterminacy. Then you go for MD method. Then you go for Truss. Then you go for matrix method. That's all. Matrix method. So MD method, FG method is also there. But if you cover MD method, then Truss, okay, ILD also. So see here, ILD, Truss, then MD method, then indeterminacy. Then one more is there. Which one? MD, Truss, ILD, and then. So if you are covering this much, is quite good. You can still get the question from these chapters. So if you see it, if you thoroughly see, whatever I've explained is the complete one, whatever I explained in the previous one. So because why I'm telling this, because you can say that, sir, only 4 to 5 marks, why to cover a lot? But compared to the other subjects, if you'll see, where you are getting, okay, I understand you are getting more and more marks there, but it's not bounded. Here the boundary is quite visible. You can say that it is bounded. I have to study this much only, will be more than sufficient. That is the main benefit of structural analysis. Then what next? The understanding of the structural analysis also gives strength for SOM. Although you are studying SOM first, then you are going for the structural analysis. Now if you study structural analysis, it's kind of, once you are covering class 9, then you are going to class 10. If you are good in class 10, you will feel comfortable in class 9. It is that way. So mentally you will be feeling comfortable in SOM, and at the same time you have RCC ahead. So class 9 is, you can say, SOM, class 10 is, you can say, structure, and RCC is, say it's a parallel, some another course related to that. So RCC, if you are studying that also, then also you will get help from structure. So if you'll ask me once again the question, although it is, you can see that maybe 4 to 5 marks you are going to get in the gate exam, but still the studying of our structural analysis is quite helpful and beneficial. So I will request all of you, at least the chapters which I have marked it here, you should go through it, understand it. It will help you a lot. Now there is another advantage of that structural analysis. Those who are preparing for ES, almost weightage of the structural analysis will be around 80 marks for the mains exam. For the mains exam, it will be for 80 marks almost. Okay, Chetan, one is what? This is indeterminacy. सर इस बार ज्यादा होगा स्ट्रक्चर वेटेज ज्यादा. And what he is here, Guru is writing, okay sir, when are you starting structure course on Gradeup paid subscription? I have already started. No, you missed it, right? You missed it, Nishant. I'm already taking the course in for target batch, and there will be course for, I think, rank up, or it's already going on. Just you go through the Gradeup app, whatever they have given there. Target batch already I'm taking it. Kundan, hello sir, from SRM. Okay, hi Kundan. Can you explain MD method? Explaining MD method will take a lot of time here. Explaining MD method, I have taken it, although I have taken it in a two different session, I have completed that. Weightage zyada hoga. Yeah, see, I can tell you one thing. If you'll ask me, I'm not Nostradamus, right? I'm not Nostradamus. I can simply analyze it. So analysis part is something different, and prediction part is something different. So predicting is very difficult because we do not have any formula for that. It's very straightforward. Whatever we are doing, it's just an analysis, so that we can see how you'll get help from this kind of analysis. See, every time if you do the analysis, that makes the things better, right? Instead of making hazy, it will be a very straight line. Okay, I have to complete this chapter. This is the weightage of the chapter. Suppose if I'm not able to complete the redundant forces, indeterminate truss, no problem. I know less problems are coming from that chapter. So you will be very, very clear. Your thoughts will be very clear. Once your thoughts are clear, you will be able to prepare it with all your capacity. But if your thoughts are not clear, how you'll prepare? What you'll ask? In fact, if my thoughts are not clear, what I will ask? I'll just see whatever that you are teaching to me. I'll not be able to ask what I should ask, because I don't know. So you must keep the analysis with you so that your thoughts will be very clear. Yes, why not? IIT Bombay, I have taken one session. In one of the year, they have given 2 questions directly for 4 marks from the structure. And that too also, can you remember this type of question? There was a type of question, which one they have asked, like, lot of members were there, both side. I cannot recall it with exact diagram, but some members were there. Then they asked what is the number of zero member forces here. Then after that they asked what will be the deflection, of this joint. Did you get that? And also in IIT Bombay, you can see this kind of question which they have asked, like, this kind of structure of what was there. I think some structure was there and some loading were there. Then they were asking what is the rotation at this point, or what is the moment at this point will be coming. due to this load or something like that related to moment distribution method. Now, you cannot say that IIT Bombay doesn't have a focus for structural analysis. They have already asked in a previous one, right? So another question, if you have any doubt, please ask me, or I'll just go ahead. I'll just move ahead. Okay. I'm just going to explain the next part. Now, if you see for the gate 2015 to 2020 on an average, for the gate 2015 to 2020 on an average. So on an average for 2015 to 2020, you can see for especially structural engineering, where is that structural analysis, right? Can you see there? This is our portion which we are discussing today, we are discussing it today. Can you see that? Can you see that? So of course they are asking more questions on an average from geotech, environmental, transportation, then hydraulics. So you can simply see that, right? Geotech, environmental, transportation and hydraulics have a more weightage compared to that, but structure is also similar to so. But see here, as I told you, if you are starting structural analysis, will give a strength to SOM, as well as it will give a strength to RCC. Now, if you take this as a whole package, then of course, this is more than anyone. RCC, pre-stress, then SOM, if you'll include it, if you are starting structural analysis, you'll get a help in either SOM and RCC both. So if you'll take as a whole, you'll get more weightage that. Did you get that? Yes, structural analysis weightage in gate. This is structural analysis weightage in gate. Now you have all the subjects, although I have given it here, but you can see it, the weightage of structural analysis from past 5-6 years. That's all. Now for more than 25-30 years, if you'll see, for more than 25-30 years, if you'll see, for a particular chapter, for a chapter wise, if you want to know, see here, for chapter wise, just chapter wise. As I told you, these are the chapters in structural analysis, right? Indeterminacy, I told you the first chapter. This is the chapter wise I have given. Someone asked me like whether ILD is important or not. Now you can see, you can tell me which one is more important here. This is first chapter I written, then second chapter, this is the third chapter, fourth chapter for Truss, fifth for ILD. Then you have a matrix method, then you have arches, then you have structural dynamics, which is not there for gate. So I have just, it's not showing here. So you can see it mostly, if you'll see for the last all questions, if you'll consider, most of the questions are asked from the displacement method. Displacement method has a more weightage. What is there in the displacement method? MD method plus SD method, moment distribution and slope deflection. If you'll consider both together, you can say that this is the most important chapter. No, easy, analysis as per the previously asked question, we can say that. We cannot say that what is going to come, of course, but based on that, we can predict, at least we can do something. We can understand, okay, these are the important chapters, so we should give some focus to that, right? Did you get that? Now, if you see after that, which one is the most important? Of course, the indeterminacy is the most important. You cannot leave behind. Then after that, Truss. After that, you should not leave behind the Truss. Then ILD, of course. And after that, you have a force method. If you are not comfortable in the force method, maybe you can leave it, no problem. But at least nowadays, we have seen that some question from matrix, which is very easy compared to that, and it is very convenient to cover, and some basic from the arches, at least 3 hinges arches calculation and 2 hinge arch, some basic questions you need to, some basic features of those arches must to understand. If you are able to understand the basic of the 3 hinge and 2 hinge, that's more than enough. So this is how you must see, and you should start your preparation. Isn't it? Yes. Is this year strata? Yes. That's what, 30 plus years. If you see 30 plus years. Previously altogether, just which chapter has given the more weightage? For altogether, for maybe last 25-30 years, whatever the questions they have asked, if you see, mostly they have asked, if you'll add all, you'll get that displacement method has been asked most of the times. is this year structural weightage will be high or not, sir, compare with the previous year? That's what I am telling. This is very difficult to predict. This is very difficult from my side. Just I will say one thing. If you'll ask me about compared to the previous year, or I'll just keep hope for 4 to 5 marks. You can expect 4 to 5 marks. That's all. You cannot expect from my side, because suppose if you are getting more, if you are studying good, it's your luck. But if you are getting lesser marks, you will get depressed. So it's better you just stay for the 4 to 5 marks. I think it will be coming for 4 to 5 marks for this year, for next 2021. If you'll say for all the chapters from last 5-6 years, you see from 2015 to 2020, now this analysis is something telling us something different scenario. See, from past 30 years, the weightage of the displacement method was more. For the past 30 years, if you consider all the 30 years, the weightage of the displacement method was more. Now models will repeat it every year, different model will come, sir. Yes. Now for past 5-6 years, if you see 2015 to 2020, more focus was on truss. There were more focus on what truss. Now if you'll ask me the current trend, that's what we are doing, right? The trend, we are going with the trend. Now this is what, this is not the trend, this is total all together from past 30 years. This from past 30 years, this is not the trend. Now you can say that okay, displacement is the king, displacement method is the king, but here the trend is something else. Trend is showing that the truss is leading. Truss is leading. So now if you are going with the trend, you must study truss analysis completely. Did you get that? So truss means all the joint method, section method, zero member forces. Then next, the deflection of the truss due to temperature rise, due to lack of fit, or due to some external forces. These things you cannot leave it. So just you can see that truss. And I have seen from past 2-3 years, if you see the arches, they have asked a lot of questions from arches. They have not asked more questions from force method, so you can avoid it, no problem. That's what I'm telling it. So this is how these analysis whichever I have shown it to you, I hope will be quite helpful for all of you, those who are going to prepare for structural analysis, those who are going to study structural analysis. That's all, isn't it? For ES also I have brought it. For the ES, if you see from the past 30 years, you can say that here also the displacement method has a more weightage. For the ES prelims, it is for prelims. So the displacement method has a more weightage. Can you see that? Then you have force method and ILD, both almost same. These are almost same. Indeterminacy, force method, then truss and ILD, these are almost same. So on an average, you can say that these are the mostly asked in ES prelims. And displacement method is the king for the last 30 years. That's all for today. I hope I did some of the analysis which will be helpful for all of you, those who are going to prepare, those who are going to study structural analysis, and those who are willing that I will be taking classes. You can come to the Gradeup app. I am already taking classes. Those who have already subscribed it can go and sit for the target batch. That is the beauty of the Gradeup Super. If you have a subscription, you can come to the target batch where I'm taking the classes, isn't it? So all of you can go to the Gradeup app and you can write on MD space Ansari as I told you, and you can follow me. And here also on a YouTube, those who are liking, those who are seeing can like and press the icon button and subscribe the channel There's a Gear Up batch also going on where I'll be conducting the classes along with all the experienced faculties. And here this is a concept building course. As I told you, the rank up is for those who need a fast track revision course here, but Gear Up is the course who need a concept building course. So here we'll be covering mostly conceptual and fundamental knowledge, and we'll be dealing with some numericals. But in rank up, we'll be dealing more and more numericals, different type of numericals we'll be dealing with, right? So here also in Gear Up, we are going to cover more than 400 plus hours of live classes and practice questions and study notes, full length mock test, daily subject test. So any other query you can contact at this number. Now last time I'm asking all of you, if you have any doubt, please let me know. Yes, yeah, Amit, I'm teaching for gate. Amit, पढ़ा रहा हूं मैं, स्ट्रक्चर पढ़ा रहा हूं गेट के लिए. अमित, need structure analysis for gate. Yes, no problem, Komal. You can just go to from Play Store, you can download the Gradeup app, subscribe it. Gradeup app. So download it and subscribe it. Then after subscription, you will be able, you just type in a search box, it will be there, MD space Ansari. Already, if you go to the Gradeup app, I have already conducted these of the courses: zero member force, then magic of section method, then static indeterminacy. These are the free courses which I have conducted there. Static indeterminacy. Then I have conducted a kinematic indeterminacy for the frame and the truss. Did you get that? Then I have conducted what? Static, kinematic, and lot more I have conducted. Lot more courses I have taken, lot more subjects and chapters I have already taken there. What topics will be covered in Gear Up course? In Gear-Up course, all the topics will be covered, which is related to gate. Ravi, all the topics related to gate will be covered. Yes, of course, why not? Why not? Why not? Yes, deflection method. Yes, why not? What is it? What do you want to say, Komal? Displacement method? Yes, displacement method will be covered. Why not? It will be covered. All the topics which are there in the gate, must be covered. Either you will go for the rank up or you go for the gear up. There is no problem. It should be covered. It must be. Any other doubt, please ask me. All of you, if you have any other doubt, please ask me. Kamal, you can go to the Gradeup app. Those who are willing to join displacement, yes, why not displacement method? You want any doubt, Kamal? In fact, displacement method, if you study MD method, you will get in love with MD method, no problem. So MD method and SD method already will be covered. Of course, Canis we are not getting that much of problem, so Cani we are not covering. It is not there. Mostly, in gate also they are not asking anything, and you are also not studying in your BTech generally. Although I have studied it in my BTech time. Then we are going to cover that stiffness matrix method. We are going to cover in a matrix method, although this is also a displacement method. So we are going to cover moment distribution, slope deflection, and stiffness method. All the three are displacement methods only. What will course duration be? See, due course duration and all, whatever the doubt you have, Nivas, all the course duration and everything will be, you can just contact this, contact at this number, and you can note down this helpline, help@gearup, help@gradeup.co. You can mail them, write a mail to them, or call them at this number 9650052 something number is there. You please note it down. Either you mail them or call them. They will give the complete detail. But I am there either in gear up or rank up. I will be there, and along with me all the experienced faculties will be there. We will be covering all the structured wise. If any doubt, you please let me know, or I will just end up the session. I once again thank you for all of you coming to the Gradeup app as well as on YouTube Gradeup channel for watching this session. I hope this session was very much helpful for all of you, and you have understood the coverage and weightage of the structural analysis, especially in GATE and ES prelims. So that's all for today. Thank you everyone. Good night.